Hello, everybody, and welcome to the relationship party where it is what it is, not what it's supposed to be. Today, we have a phenomenal show. I have some awesome guests here, and I wanted to talk to the millennials and the Gen Z. You know, as we get older, we be looking at the younger people saying, half of the things y'all doing, we done already did. So I don't know why we look at y'all like that. However, I want to talk to y'all about the mindset, what's going on, so we can close the gap a little bit, right? So older people can understand where y'all are. I know as a parent, sometimes we don't know what's going on, right? Y'all be like, they ain't back in the day, right? So
Right.
we're going to talk about that today. And I want to start with this because I'm seeing a big trend on this. How do y'all? Okay, so let me go back. There are a lot of times where we seeing people seem like they don't want a job. Do y'all want a job? And I know y'all don't speak for everybody, but just in general, how do y'all see
So my
entrepreneurship at 9 to 5s?
okay, so either way.
Right.
So for me, um, I want to do both. I feel like the 9 to 5 brings you security that you don't get in entrepreneurship until you get to a certain level. And I need that because I like nice stuff. So I
Okay.
need that security in the beginning. But then I'll branch off into all the stuff that I want to do. I'm into bartending, a few other ideas that I haven't really figured out yet.
Right.
But that 9 to 5 is going to take me into the entrepreneurial side of things.
Okay.
But you need money to live. So that nine to
Definitely.
five gives you the security. And people who don't, millennials who don't want to work, I feel like that's based off of this image they put out on social media. Like everybody is rich, but nobody works. Social media
That
Right.
part. That
gives you
part.
this. It's like it's a facade because how you paying your bills if you don't work? You know.
And let's let Vic and Raina speak to that too. But I want to come back to that social media thing. Vic.
Okay, so she kind of already touched on a couple points I want to reach on too, as far as the whole social media aspect and things like that. So in reality, it takes money to make money. So everyone wants to be an entrepreneur now, start your own business. That's cool, but the reality of it is you have to have money to start putting into your business or whatever you want to do. So for me personally, I do both. I'm working 9 to 5 and I'm a business owner. So I kind of hit on both sides of the topics there too. So yeah.
I like that because you do have to do both. I don't care what the age is. My other thing is, probably when we grew up, the illegal thing that people were doing was selling drugs. And we'll get into this after Raina answers, but now y'all got the scamming. So it's like everybody rather scam than go to work.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a second. Raina?
So as far as 9 to 5s, I know people my age, they'll have a job, but they'll never tell you that. So it's like,
Oh.
okay, you're making money. But they don't want you to know they're making money at Home Depot, which nothing is wrong with.
Right.
But they would rather you assume whatever you assume rather than they tell you, oh yeah, I have a 9 to 5 job, as if it's a crime. more
Right.
so.
So okay,
Yeah.
right. No, so
Mhm.
let's talk about that though. I know what y'all part of your answer is gonna be. So why do you think that is, Raina?
Job shaming. People shame people for having jobs. Like if you work at McDonald's, you could work at McDonald's and make more than somebody who's an entrepreneur. They do lashes, nails, or whatever else, but you'll never say that because you don't want to be shamed for the job that you have. But at least you got a damn job. I mean,
I got an example too for that.
Oh,
So
please, Vic.
I'm glad you brought up job shaming because like she said, people have a job and never say it. So like y'all remember how B Simone came out with the whole book thing and she was like, oh, ever since she got the success from the book, she's like, oh, I don't want a man with a 9 to 5. I don't do people 9 to 5s.
She
Well,
did.
you were just working a
Which is-
you got it. I don't need to get on them too. It's okay.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a
Like
culture, not
publicly,
as
they
an
got
individual.
on her.
Well, good because that was a chat. Don't do that. Like you were just
Yeah.
here. Now you're gonna shame people or be very unrealistic.
Mhm.
And that's not good for the culture or our
Mhm.
community.
'Cause
So,
now people don't want to get jobs because y'all making them feel bad for working for money. Ain't that the
And it's all about perception.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
your
that goes
persona.
back to social media. The
Mhm.
perception is everybody is rich, everybody got money.
Mhm.
And not Home Depot can't bring you the type of money that they got because they got Benzes and
And-
Range Rovers and
Mhm.
$3,000-$4,000 condos in Atlanta.
yeah,
Mhm.
when they
Chanel
scamming, and then once the scam over, then they be back to
Yeah,
what?
mama
Or
house.
not even just scamming. Like the girls deal with the biggest ballers and shot callers in the city.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because he's scamming. So
Yeah,
they
'cause
Yeah.
he's scamming.
Somehow it all doubles
Somebody.
down to scamming.
Yeah, everybody.
It all makes sense at that.
But people live nice lives off of 9 to 5 jobs.
Oh,
But when you're trying to keep
Yeah.
up with the next person, that
Mhm.
9 to 5 don't seem like it's enough because you're not living in your means. You're living in somebody else's.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's comes back to comparison is a thief of all joy. You can't compare your situation to somebody else's situation, especially when that person is, maybe a little bit further ahead in life than you are, or, got more experience, things going on than you do.
Mm.
Everybody has to start somewhere.
And it's not
Exactly.
always easy. Like when I first moved to Atlanta, that's when Atlanta was popping. Like it wasn't how it is now, but it had just
Everything
started
going on,
jumping
right.
off.
Okay.
And I wanted to be like, mind you, I'm in college, so I'm broke as crap. But I wanted to be like all the Instagram girls and all the bottle girls in the city.
Mhm.
And so I started getting into stuff that I had no business getting into. Like I
Mhm.
come from good stock, good family. I should have just been focused and on my game, but I wanted to do everything else. And I wanted to mess with the biggest scammer and do this because I wanted to be like them. And then I get to this
Wow.
age where that don't mean nothing.
Mhm.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 26 now. But
That's
back
good.
then I
Well, at
was
least you
15.
caught it early because there's some grown folk, grown folk running around still trying to be with the biggest scam. Okay, but that's another story. Okay.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
thank y'all for sharing that because that's very imperative. So for those of you who do have a job, what would y'all say? Don't let what? I mean, like, what would y'all say?
Live
Work.
in your truth.
Work.
Work
Like, what do you
hard.
mean? What else is there to say? Work your goddamn job.
Yeah, my
Right.
thing is
And
do
don't
what
be
you got.
ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
Don't be
do what you gotta
ashamed,
do. 'Cause at
honey.
the end of the day, you got steady income, you got benefits. A lot of people don't have benefits at all.
Right?
They don't have nothing.
Healthcare is important. You get older, you become an adult and you need to take care of yourself. Make sure you're good to go on the front end and the back end.
Yeah, because you're not going to be young forever.
Definitely
So
not.
this is the perfect time to not let social media and what everybody else is doing influence you. Because most people who are millionaires or multimillionaires, they in their 40s and 50s because it's trial and error.
Right.
You learn as you go. It's very rare that you find a multimillionaire or a very wealthy person in their 20s.
Right.
You got to
Absolutely.
build up to that. So take your time, do it right, and don't let nobody rush you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I love this knowledge. Okay, so for whatever my age group is, see, some of them got sense, snap, snap, snap. But so we talked about social media, the hype. I want to say congratulations to y'all and any of you young people who understand that's just TV. For those of you who don't know that and usually are trying to escape from the world that they're in,
Mhm.
because everybody doesn't come or are in the best family situation.
Mhm.
So we do, right? But for those of you who aren't, don't skip the steps, like you said. Don't think these people on reality TV they duking you. They getting paid off of making you believe something that's not real.
Mhm.
Okay, so we want to do that. So now that we're on the social media and we're on the lifestyle of this whole thing and what y'all got going on, I want to talk about y'all music real fast.
Their
I know.
music.
Okay,
I'm not on a
I
song.
know I'm
so.
older, so first of all, I can't understand nothing that they saying.
Mumble rap. Mhm.
Yeah, mumble rap. And then secondly, some of the lyrics, oh my gosh. Like we were probably talking about the same thing, but we didn't say it like y'all saying it. Who is this skinny red, dirty red?
Dirty Red is insane.
Dirty red. That's
What's her name?
crazy.
Ooh,
Sexy red.
Red.
Uh,
Sexy.
no, I promise you, I'm just in my 50s. Sexy red. Okay. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
No, you said okay.
Okay. So
She
how
did look a
y'all
little
feeling about this?
trifling.
how do y'all feel about the music? And not even her as a person. I'm just saying, because she's not the only one. She's popular. So at least I kind of know her name. That's a shout out to you, girl. But how are y'all feeling about these lyrics? And are people really living these lyrics? Do y'all think y'all age group are buying into the lyrics, or is it just a song?
No, so the lyrics, right? That's another part of the whole lifestyle, type of deal. A lot of people be like, oh, I rap about, I got, money, or I'm shooting people, I'm in the game, or I got, sell drugs, whatever. A lot of people actually don't do a lot of stuff or any of the stuff actually that they rap about or make music about. It's just all marketing. Hey, I want to reach this particular audience of people that like my music and like what I'm rapping about. It's, that's pretty much trying to appeal to different audiences like that.
Right. But see, the unfortunate part, they know that and they get paid off of it, but then it's the persons who live in their lives accordingly. Right? That's the problem. It's not so much the problem that the rapper raps it. It's like storytelling. It's like writing a book. It don't mean what you wrote in the book is true.
Yeah.
Right. But do y'all find that it's influencing people? Like sexually, it's not that some of us at our age group might not have been doing some of those things. But we sure wasn't going around talking about it.
It's definitely influencing. I think the city girls are like a perfect example of it. As a woman, we are lovers. Okay. I don't care what nobody say. I want me a man, one man, and I want him to love on me and care for me. And I just want to live in my feminine energy. I don't want to be a city girl. I don't want to be out here sleeping with every other man and his money, but that's the it thing. And I think the music does play a part in that.
Right.
You see these girls rapping about it and they live this life, like Carisha, for example. She dating one of the richest men in the world, and it's like, oh, but look at all the scrutiny he's under now. Like,
Right. And how is she really being treated? Because that's the other thing.
oh, well, we know she ain't being treated good
Well,
with all of this news that's coming out. So it's like, is it really worth it?
My mother used to always say, never envy somebody else because you don't know all the things that they go through to get what they got.
Exactly.
Some women are wearing furs back in our day, pearls and diamonds, but he beating her up when they get home, right? Do you really want the furs and diamonds at that cost? So never envy anybody. Just if it's something you want, just work your way towards getting it. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
So, Raina, what do you think about the music?
I think that people are definitely influenced off of it. And not even to say that they're taking the lyrics literally, but like, for example, Sexy Red's music, I'll be finding myself covering my mouth. I'm only 23. I'll be covering my mouth. Like, I can't say that. It's just too much. Like, it really is just genuinely too much. I feel like if I sing this song around a certain amount of a certain group of people, they're gonna look at me like, girl, you a mess. We don't know you, but you a mess. And they have every right to think that. Because why are you singing that with so much passion? She said, let that coochie breathe. Like, why did that resonate in your heart? You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta watch what you listen to.
You do.
What you watch.
Because you don't want them saying, repeating it.
Yeah.
And then being around
like,
people who are around, like, I don't,
Yeah.
I found myself in the wrong room because I'm listening to the wrong type of songs.
Yeah.
Maybe I should put that down and listen to something a little bit less amplified. She'd be real amplified. She don't care what she said. I feel like she goes to the studio and she's just like, the nastiest, grimiest thing I could say, I'm going to say it. And it's going to grasp everybody because nobody else is doing it like that. So she's doing good for herself, but I seen a kid sing one of her songs. I almost reported the damn page.
Yeah.
I want to take it down now. She's 7 years old talking about some that's for grown folks.
And you know what?
Not
And
cool.
I know she's probably a young lady, and this is what I would say because she's maybe like we remember when Little Kim came out and stuff like that. And this is what I will say: we never know people's backstory, right? And some people are pressured into being a certain thing because it gets them some form of attention, right? But what I do want to say for people who find themselves in that place, once you do certain things, you can't take it back. So now when you have kids and you still on the internet, what you gonna say? Her mama did what she had to do. No, you're not. Right. And I'm not knocking because people come from all different. Nobody knows this girl's story
Right.
that she feels that comfortable
Yeah.
to say those things and do those things. But you see a lot of people transition over to knowing their worth because a lot of times they knew it, but they felt like this was the only way to get on.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up too, because a lot of times in the music industry, right? So it's a big power play. So, with the amount of female, rap artists or just artists in general versus the amount of male artists, it's harder for them to kind of build their own name, their own rep, and stay relevant versus a male artist that can just, rap or sing about whatever.
Exactly.
And then the whole aesthetic of, sex sells.
Right.
So they're
It's selling.
immediately.
But you know what? They got to keep, but understand this. History repeats itself.
Mhm.
If you look at the rappers, female rappers back in our day, who's still popping? Queen Latifah, who didn't go there, and MC Light.
Yeah,
And
MC
neither
Light.
one of them,
Mhm.
y'all like, who the hell is that? I know.
I'm big on music,
know.
so we here. We
I
here.
love
I know.
Tifa now,
They-
but
they
MC
still-
Light, is that a nigga?
That's what I'm saying. Queen Latifah went over into movies and everything else.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
did.
She got money,
Yeah.
right?
But maybe because
MC
she realized that this right here, you're gonna have to succumb to some stuff that you don't want to, and she wasn't ready to do that, so she left.
No. She was a
Mhm.
rapper for a long time, but she started rapping. She went straight on bars. She had skills. She didn't go to the set. She was
Sex stuff.
ladies first. She was who you calling a bit? Who you calling a hoe or bitch?
She
or
was
whatever?
also a bulldog and dyke, so you gotta. I'm sorry. Queen Latifah is beautiful. Don't ever get it twisted. I'm not saying like but she also liked women. So she wasn't gonna be rapping about a coochie. She wasn't finna get to no man.
Producer.
I'm just saying. You
Wait,
gotta,
we're gonna
you
have to
gotta
beat
read
that out
all-
because that's my girl. I'm gonna kill this little girl right here.
I love you, Queen. You the best.
But I get what you're saying.
Unity.
But I'm just
UNIT.
saying, but she didn't even talk about those things. She's talked about things of substance. And I'm not saying
Yeah,
everybody
she
should
got
do
makes
that.
sense.
The point that I'm making is it gave her longevity to now she's in her 50s, almost 60s, and she's still relevant in the space, but she's still making money
Mhm.
and big money, right?
Mhm.
MC Light, same thing. MC Light was a hard rapper. She had the voice, she had flow.
Mhm.
And now to this day, Lil Kim, do y'all see Lil Kim every so often on a guest appearance?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Unfortunately,
game
yes,
was
we do
mad.
see everything that's
Yeah.
ever happened
Y'all
to
don't
her.
fucking
She
Sean
trying to
talk
keep
about
up
my
with
hip
her.
hop
But
people.
the music, right?
She look horrible.
Yeah, she didn't have so much.
Yeah, we don't want to
surgery
see
and
her.
It's
Is what
like
we
she's
basically
still
get at.
trying to keep up with the new girls. Like,
Yeah,
girl,
and
you're
that's a done
Like
deal.
you, the new girls' aunties. Like respectfully though, they look up to you, but now they looking down at you. 'Cause you look
What y'all not gonna do? Y'all not gonna get on this show
love you,
and
Kim.
talk about my age group of hip hop
Oh, we
rappers.
love Lil
But let
Kim.
me just say this before we skip this topic.
Okay.
What I will say is, back to Sexy Red, right? She's capitalizing off of things that people are letting her. So if we didn't eat the music, not even we, but I'm putting myself in it too.
Mhm.
If my age group didn't eat the music up, she wouldn't be prevalent. You wouldn't even know her name. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Mhm.
yeah, she's saying what she's saying, but we're allowing it. We're
Right.
hey.
Because
So,
everybody likes shock about factors at this point.
and
everything.
also,
That is
she
crazy.
is really like that. I will say that. I mean, it's plenty of girls. We know girls who do a lot of
I
different
know. I
stuff, and they're
wonder how-
regular. They do it for free. So let's not make it seem like it's not people out here who are doing exactly what she's saying. She just happens to be one of those people. She got famous.
She's saying it. Right.
Cardi B was one of them people. I think people forgot because she stopped doing it. Sexy Red just needs to stop doing
Okay.
the stuff that
Can
she
I
raps
give a
about.
PSA though
Yeah.
on that? Okay, so some of this stuff that y'all doing, be careful because I don't really hear people talking about diseases right now, but diseases is out.
And
The
they're
same
real.
diseases that was out when we was
catchable.
out, they still here, like
Damn.
syphilis, like AIDS, like what's some other ones, Rodney? Gonorrhea and crabs, like y'all, because a lot of people they talking about all this.
I ain't heard
stuff.
crabs in a long
Wanting with
time.
whoever for whatever, then like you said, sometimes people cover up. They'll tell you, I'm getting that money, but they won't tell you, I got AIDS.
And
Oh, I
crabs.
got crabs. Right? So yeah,
bet not have
rap
crabs.
about
Yeah.
that.
Y'all bet not have crabs. I feel like that's so back in the day. If you got crabs right now, you're nasty. What are you doing?
It was nasty then. But anyway, all right, let's get back one topic. See how the young people do. Okay. So I want to go to this really quick because the reason why I bought this show, you and I were having a conversation, and you actually said something that really shocked me because in our generation, we grew up with the Cinderella. So a lot of us as women, not all, but a lot of us as women have the Cinderella syndrome.
Mhm.
We've been waiting or in the back of our mind, not openly, but sometimes subconsciously, we have a role of what men should and should not be doing. They should come like this. They need to ride up on the horse. They need to, right?
Mhm.
We see a lot of that. And, being a housewife, he's supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do that. And you said something to me that I thought was very interesting and I need people to hear. How do you, in your age group, I'm not saying you represent everybody, view being in a relationship? Are y'all open to 50-50? Or are you waiting for a man to take care of you completely? What's your take on that?
Whew, Lord. So, okay. We are only 2 years apart. And our relationship is fresh. We have very similar values on what we want out of life, what we want our relationship to look like, where we want to be financially, et cetera, et cetera. So, because we're still in our mid 20s, we're still in that building stage. And so, I'm open to building together at this point, whatever that looks
Can we get a hand clap on the thing, producer?
whatever that looks like. So sometimes it may look like he give 80 and I give 20 because that's just where we are. He's a little bit further in his career than I am right now. So most of the time he does give 90%. But the 10 that I do give is very, very important to him.
It's still only 10%. You do not. Well, take up for you. No, go ahead.
No. Throwing random percentages out there.
No, I'm just messing
But
with you.
like,
I just
right now at this stage, it would be whatever it is, whatever the percentage is. We are doing this together. Now, of course, we talked about in the long run, 10, 15 years from now, when I'm ready to have children, I like to stay home with my children. So we got to get to that place where he can be like, okay, babe, sit down. It's time for you to sit down.
I
we gotta get
love
there.
this. And y'all in your 20s having this conversation. And I don't think a lot of us understand because we see all of the shock value of this and that, right? That some of y'all are at a place y'all having real dialogues and you're saying, I'm okay with whoever carrying whatever because we're building together.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. So going to you, Vic, then, how do you feel as a male about the 50-50 thing or, what you want your relationship to look like in the present and in the future?
So my thing in general, the whole 50-50, is all based entirely off of one's own perspective. A lot of times it's based off of just money alone, like, oh, go half on rent, go half on the bills. But it's way more than that. Like she was saying earlier, just the day to day, you might not have the energy, you might be an 80% day, 90% day, 10% day. So wherever one is lacking or slowing down on, the other one has to be willing to pick up.
Woo! Listen to the young folks teaching us something, okay? Because I don't know if y'all know, we still having problem with some grown adults.
Oh, we know.
Not saying
We know.
when he leave off our pickup, everybody they got their list of 20. And he need to step it up. So that is good, y'all. That's a page we need to take out of the Millennials in the Gen Z book. Wow. That was very refreshing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down and put that on my mirror.
It's not easy today. Like
life is life.
we almost in 2024, and look at the economy.
Right.
Like, how can you do it on just one income? Or even if you're doing it on just one income, somebody got to pick up the slack somewhere. So you need at least two people doing something in this day and age. It's no way. It does not work, especially the lifestyle we want. Because I like nice things. Okay, and it won't happen if it's not both of us. One day we're gonna get to that. Well, one day we're gonna get to the point where we both chilling. We're gonna be so good that we both chilling and it's just working for us.
All right. And so it's not like he gonna keep doing enough to do this for me. You said we're gonna do it together that both of us will be able to chill.
Exactly.
That is beautiful. Okay, Rain, give me your take on the 50-50 thing, how y'all viewing it, and not only from your personal perspective, Like, just because you're in that, what are you hearing and seeing?
So, by the way, guys, I'm 23. So, people my age, even though we aren't that far apart, but you know, they don't girls are like, yeah, he needs to be able to do this and that for me and blah blah blah, things they can't even do for themselves. Me personally though, I'm okay with 50-50. Shit, if you want to be 70, 40, whatever you want to do, just let me know. Call me, I'll be there. I don't have a man right now. To no avail of my own. It's not my fault. I'd rather blame everybody else.
Trying to pitch themselves.
Yeah, because whoever's watching this,
Single and fine.
I could drop my Instagram number, email address, bank account info. But no, seriously though, I don't mind 50-50. I don't mind putting in work. Like you said, some people, sometimes it's gonna be 60%, sometimes it'll be 100, sometimes it'll be 10. Like I can't give you all that I am every single day. That is just human nature. But I don't mind working for the lifestyle that I want. I don't feel like just one person should be holding all the work, because then they also have the power to leave you high and dry. Like, you know what? Since you don't want to do nothing, let me go find me somebody who will. You're not wrong if you do that. And they do. And they'll hold you up until they find that person. They'll let you go. I don't want to be in that type of predicament. So I'm fine with doing whatever I need to do, because I'm gonna do what I gotta do regardless. Yeah, so if you do what you have to do regardless, then we come together. Oh, that's like a song. You know what I mean? That's like a melody that you just can't get out your head. That's what that is. So yeah, I like when people don't mind putting in that effort. You should.
Okay. Now, and I want to say this because I guarantee you, any person of my age that I say, they will agree, but you should. However, that's not the way a lot of us are coming at it. Y'all came at it that way. This needs to be the first thing that we think it, not the, that's kind of what I mean. No, because that's not what you said. You come with this list first. And then you say, well, if somebody asks you something, then you go, well, I mean, long as he can take care and I can take care, you make that second. Right? So sometimes you don't get to the second page. You stuck on the first page and talk about what all he need to do.
Right. So, and now he gone. There is no he. He's an imaginary man.
And like Raina said, if he got the power to feed you, he also got the power to starve you. And ain't no man starving me
at all.
We gonna do this together.
Both
together don't sound better on everything.
I feel like you get more when you're together. You get less when you're by yourself, or you're just thinking for yourself. But when you come together, you can never fail. That's how I feel. You can't fail if both of y'all are doing exactly what you need to do individually. You come together with that. That's an empire. You can build off.
Right.
Go ahead.
And both people have to bring something to the table. It's not like a matter of, okay, who brings more.
Exactly.
As long as you're not, okay, you need to do everything for me and I'm not going to do anything for myself. No, you need to at least have a basic, hey, I have X, Y, Z going for myself. Be willing to do, what you got to do or what you can, for the rest. And that's on both ends.
Yep.
I so love this. Y'all get ready to make me teary-eyed.
I promise you guys, let me just say, for those that are watching, the Gen Z and the millennials, we are not idiots. All of us. I'm not going to speak for everyone, because I mean, it has to be a group of people who fit the mold that everybody thinks. Like everybody thinks that we just think about this and that. It is people just like that, but it's actually a lot of us who have a good head on our shoulders. So pay us some respect. That's all I'm gonna say. Pay us some respect, because we deserve it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I will say seriously, that is so huge. And I want to commend y'all on something I think some of us got twisted up on, this independent woman syndrome.
Who was that?
Right. I'll do it by myself. I don't need no man. And what I hear y'all saying, and I hope this is a big reflect to the culture, is y'all saying we're going to do it together. But we're going to go for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Realtor who's patient, caring, knowledgeable, who's an expert negotiator, and doesn't quit until the job is done, then you're looking for my favorite realtor, Stephanie Thomas, whose motto is, it's not about being ready, it's about getting ready.
Welcome back to the Relationship Party, y'all. I'm so glad that y'all tuned in. Make sure that you like, share, and just subscribe to the page, because we're going to keep bringing you great content to have fun, but also for us to grow together, okay? We need to build our community back. But back to the topic, I'm here with some millennials and Gen Zs, and man, we're just talking about what they have going on in their world. So this has been a great conversation. Um, let me ask y'all something because this is the relationship party. What are y'all seeing on the dating scene right now? I have another question after this. I just thought of just ding. But tell me right now, because I know you're single right now.
Get a lot.
You already said you were single.
Oh, I did. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
So
Y'all got me.
what are you seeing on on the dating scene right now?
As far as
Is it
what
hard to
exactly?
date? Like,
Not for me personally. And that's just me though. You know, I can't speak for everybody else. But I don't want to because a lot of people don't know how to date. That's what I would say.
okay, so
I don't know if y'all
explain.
mamas ain't raised y'all right, give y'all a couple pointers, dad, somebody, but it's almost like dinner, then you want to go to my bed
Okay, that was
or the
back in
back
house
of the
day. That ain't new.
car or whatever. And it's like, no, I don't actually. And so now, am I nothing in the world to you? Which I don't care. I'm just asking, like, am I nothing if I can't provide that? Because I got it. It's always on me. But it ain't for you. It's not to just be given out like it's a hall pass. You know what I mean? Like, here, take this just because you took me on a date to Applebee's. I didn't even want to go there. We went there because that's what you could afford. Respectfully, that was not the problem. Applebee's wasn't the problem. You asking me for something after the Applebee's is what pissed me off. And
Okay.
that's how dating is. Sometimes they move too fast. Like you don't even know my middle name, and you want to just just move
But
along
that's
too
always been a
fast.
thing, I think, between men and women. Even when we grew up, it was the same thing.
Terrible.
It is
That's
terrible.
That's
And
horrible.
I don't know why, from men in their 60s all the way down to 18.
Oh, and
I learned that.
don't let me talk about men being older trying to talk to younger women. Stop. Get women your own age. We're not for you. I'm 23. There's nothing I can do for a 43-year-old. We don't have anything in common. All you're gonna do is try and say you're gonna try and belittle me and make me feel like you know way more than I do and that I need you. I have a dad. I'll ask my dad at that point. I don't need any advice from a man who wants to have sex with me, but also wants to tell me what to do like I'm his child. We're not doing that.
Okay. And that's interesting because you do have a dad. So some people may gravitate towards
That
that.
respectfully, and I
Ooh,
think that's what
that-
they're more so used to. They're more so used to talking to women who don't have fathers. So then when they get one that does, it's almost like, oh, you stuck up or you don't want to never listen to nothing. I have listened to this for years of my life. I don't need you to tell me nothing that I've already heard. I can go upstairs and hear this. So yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I respect it though, but it's like you have daughters my age who probably need that help more than I do. So you keep saying it to me, you're kind of wasting your breath. You should probably say it to someone who has to listen to you. I don't have to listen to you.
Okay. Well, that's a good catch for people who need to catch that.
Yeah.
For some girls who
Catch
are
it.
dating older men, are you doing it?
Because you need a dad or
Right,
because you
because-
just like him and that's just what it
Absolutely.
is.
And because we all have ways have to learn. Sometimes we're doing things and we don't know why we're doing them.
Mhm.
So that's something to look into. So Vic, from a man's standpoint, I know you're in a relationship now, but before that, what was the dating scene like from a male perspective?
It was real hit or miss, honestly. Real hit or miss. So, you
I
had
think
the
it was hit once he found this.
Yeah.
yeah, it was real hit on that. But
Oh,
before that situation and that happened, it was a mix. Like you got some, women that were like, hey, seemed pretty genuine at first, and then later on, after the fact, after however long, it started getting a little, right. So you run across people sometimes that try to give off this certain persona or certain, this is the type of person I am, but they only gonna hold that for so long.
Mhm.
So my general rule of thumb, really, like if you can make it past the 3-4 month mark, and you pretty solid.
okay.
I
I like
respect
that.
that. 3-4.
Yeah,
He's
3-4
right
months,
about that.
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Okay.
I'll stop talking to you after a week. You get on my nerves. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when y'all say persona, when you were saying, they try to hold up this image of who they are and
Mhm.
whatever, what is the thing that you start to see that you be like, oh, no.
So there'll be a lot of red flags, and it kind of depends on the person. Like for example, it's speaking of persona. So you know how you have a lot of women that be like, oh, before you even, first date, before y'all even really have a whole conversation. It's like, oh, I want my man, or want my man to do this for me, pay this at the third, whatever. But in reality, you're not living that type of lifestyle that you're asking someone else to provide for you.
Mhm.
Or like, say for example, how we had that whole Cheesecake Factory situation, whatever, right? If a lot of people can't even afford to take themselves or to go to Cheesecake Factory for themselves, right? You gotta be able to do for yourself at a minimum what you want someone else to do for you.
Absolutely. And then you know what? To come back, some people will say, well, if I could do it for myself, I don't need you.
Then don't need me. Like you saying that like you just something. Like you ain't Beyonce. And even if you was, she got Jay-Z. So you right, you don't
But
need me.
I think when you meet a real man who genuinely likes you, because that's a big problem on this dating scene too. People don't like each other. Like y'all
Yeah.
be with people who don't like y'all.
Having
and that's
kids
the
with
problem.
people that don't
Because
like
when a
y'all.
man
Ah,
likes
okay.
you, like genuinely likes you, and he's a real man with real values, he gonna do that anyway. See,
Exactly.
and in my relationship, we have like I'm big into name brand, and like we met at the Mercedes dealership. Okay. He was buying a Mercedes, I was selling mine. I had mine since 2019, I want to say.
Mhm.
He had just bought his first one. So I've been there, done that. You ain't you and his Mercedes nice. I drive it all the time. Okay? But I did that already, But and he's not into all the name brand and big stuff that I am, but he likes me enough to be like, okay, babe, here you go. Or he do it because he like me and he know that's what I like. And he likes to make me happy and he makes me happy without all of that. But it's just the
Aw.
extra stuff. And he ain't gotta do it. He do it because he want to. Because he actually like me. And I
Mhm.
don't have to tell him, oh, I like, because he already see. Once he seen my closet, he knew what it was.
Yeah, I already
You
peeped.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
But
oh,
I
damn.
didn't have
Oh.
to be like,
Yeah,
oh, you gotta do this
yeah.
too.
So don't act like you didn't see it. You
Yeah,
seen it
Right,
hanging up on
right.
in the
Oh,
yeah.
Right. And if you know, you know. Like, okay, you see a girl you like or whatever. All right, cool. She got a Chanel bag on. Oh, you already know. Like, you're not, what I mean? She set her own bar for herself.
And can I say,
Okay.
with that being said, some men will run away. They'll see the Chanel bags in your closet. You got the Rick on. Nah, I can't
Right,
afford her.
right.
She a little too expensive for me.
Right. And at the end of the day,
Respectfully. I'd rather you leave me alone than keep trying to play a part that you can't pay for.
right.
And it's not about your money, but it's like if you know that she's that caliber of woman, and you're not that caliber of man, you just be like, you know what, you cool, but too cool. That's it.
Let me
For
add this
me.
in. Let me add
My
this
bank
in
account.
because sometimes we can say something and it sounds a certain way, right? But I'm listening with these other ears. And what I hear y'all saying, because I think this is very important, it's not because you can't buy the Chanels, you're not good enough.
Mm-mm.
It's simply our lifestyles may be different.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to be at an impasse at some point,
Mhm.
possibly. Because I like a lot of nice things. If you look at my side of the closet and my husband's side of the closet,
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah, he doesn't, but we've been married for 25 years.
Right.
Right. But I do agree because that's like some women who like to travel. You'll see a lot of women travel together and you never see men.
Yep.
Mhm.
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 So, not about the money itself, more about the lifestyle.
What
And
things you
can we
like.
be okay, even if they different? Is
Mhm.
it going to bother you? Like you said, if you're a man, you sit and you're going to run, then you're not suited. If you can see it and be like, okay, that's what she doing. I don't care. I cut lawns. I my nails. You know what I'm saying? And you okay with that?
Mhm.
That's still okay. But if
Some
you feel
women,
uncomfortable,
someone will buy their own Chanel, just like get my nails done, get my hair done, or something. Like I don't need you here specifically for a reason. Like, oh, he's my Chanel man. Like,
right?
no.
Right.
But if you know that's kind of what I like, I don't like Forever 21. I don't like Chanel. If that's not your scene, don't even waste your time with her because eventually she gonna start looking at you like, where is the Dior and the Chanel? But you knew she was like that from the beginning. So you can't say, oh, she's gold digging or she just want too much. She can get it for herself. So
Right.
why would she want a man
That's
who
just what
couldn't
she
get
like.
it for her?
That's just what
Right.
she
And
like.
the easy way
Exactly.
to do it is like, okay, cool. You personally, right? You make X amount of money or you like these types of things. If you can't get it for yourself, Don't try to get it for
Don't
somebody else.
expect- exactly. But if you can,
Love
I
it.
see why you expect
because
it.
it's a
though.
lifestyle. You want your
Uh-huh.
lifestyles to match
Yeah.
to a certain degree. So I like the way that y'all putting that. So it's about having like lifestyles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but then don't try to come up on somebody. Like, don't
Yeah.
not have a Chanel, but now you want me to buy you all the Chanel.
Exactly.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you see
Right.
that I'm rocking Balenciagas, you think I'm about to buy you all the Chanel.
Right.
Wrong
Mhm.
guy. The
Yeah.
next
Wow.
one. Call my brother because I'm not doing it.
Right.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
like with us, I love Chanel. I love Hermes. But he's not into all of that, but he likes fast, expensive cars. Like his cars are really expensive. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Lord, like
Yeah.
that payment, Lord. So it's still the same. It matches. We just are interested in different
Different
things.
things,
Right.
But
yeah.
we
But y'all
know
like a
that
high level lifestyle
exactly.
and want to try to obtain that
Right.
together.
So
Not
I'll be buying
infringing,
my
making somebody else responsible for it.
exactly.
I like it. I was doing it before I met you.
and
I'm
I'm gonna
a
keep
one.
doing it.
And together.
Yeah, because if
Right.
men ask us for what they wanted, I talked to a guy who had a really nice car, and he tried to be funny one time. He was like, you can get me this for Christmas. Boy, that car part was $4,000. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm gonna talk to you next year when Christmas and all of that is done. Maybe we could come back. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, upgrades and stuff.
But like you said,
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
okay, so that brings us to
He get paid for it, so it's
Right.
like
not so much, right?
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Dating at your comfort level. I'm not gonna say your
Yeah.
level like you're not good enough.
That's what I would say.
Whatever
comfort
your
level.
comfort
Yeah.
level is,
Sweet.
Yeah.
are you gonna be comfortable not being able to do a certain thing for the person that you're interested in? Not even what they expect,
Exactly.
at what you're comfortable doing. Because, like you said, if you care about somebody, you like somebody, you see
You
their
want-
lifestyle, you want to be able to help or be an asset to that man or
Absolutely.
woman.
Right.
Because women will see a man with money and assume that he just because he has it, he's going to spend it on you,
Right.
and then are disappointed when they don't. He didn't have to do anything. Just because he has tens of thousands of dollars, you thought that he would spend tens of thousands of dollars on you.
And a lot of wealthy men are very smart with their money. So they're not about to
And
be
you ain't the
buying
first
all
girl
of
they
this.
done met.
That
That's
makes sense for it.
So, here you go.
Come on now. I was waiting
Yeah.
for you to ask me for something. Girl, no, bye.
As a man, right, you come across different women, whatever, especially if you're doing well for yourself or you got XYZ going, you can tell. You can honestly tell. It's not hard
When
to
it's
tell.
genuine
When
and
it's
when it's not,
genuine and when they just trying to use you or think they can get something out of you.
Let me say this too, because most of the time when you're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just going to speak from the woman's perspective, y'all usually not winning.
No.
So I'm going to give y'all a perfect example, and I want y'all to reflect where y'all are, in your age group. We used to have girls say, girl, I'm going to work him. I'm going to get his money. And what they was getting was their hair and nails done, maybe going out to dinner. And if you put all of that together back then, he might have spent $300-400. Let's just say that back then, right? But this is a guy who probably making at least $5,000 or $10,000 a day. So what was you working again? Was you really
You
winning?
weren't working hard enough,
Plan
clearly,
yourself.
Buki.
Plan yourself.
So he can have 10 of you. That's why I never got into that.
Mhm.
You wasn't working nothing. I gets mine. What?
Like, did you think you were the first female who
$300?
came over and thought that they were going to do that? He's not stupid. He knows the game by now. If he didn't know it before, he knows it by now.
Mhm.
So by the time you came, he like, girl, nails, hair, and get out of my face. And if you thought that was something, okay. I buy girls bags and pay car notes and rent. You're not getting that, though. You don't
if
deserve
you're impressed by bags and nails and hair and baby, you thinking too little.
Yeah, you too easily
Because
pleased
real
for me.
estate- Big.
Is my name on
You
that
need
title?
land, right? You
to
need
the
land, right?
house?
But that's when relationships and stuff come in, or you have an arrangement. And so I'm not saying for ladies to not get things, because we like gifts. And when you're not in a relationship, one thing about a woman giving her body, she wants to feel validated why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
It's either for one reason or another. It's for love or money. That's the only two things that validate. And men, I need y'all to hear that. Those are only
Love
two
or
things.
money.
Those are the only two things that validate a woman, because like men will say, she got hers like I got mine. Nah, it don't work like that. our priorities are different.
Mm-hmm.
We have emotions and feelings that come with when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to have a reason to feel good about or okay about, I did it. And whether he go or gone, I either did it for love or I was compensated in some way. And I know some people say, oh, that sounds like a hoe. You can call it what you
You
want.
call it what you want, but at least she got a couple of dollars in her
Right.
pocket.
Because
They
a
gotta
lot of
ask
people
you.
are doing it and they're getting nothing.
Mhm.
No calls. They didn't get compensated in any kind of way. And so you feel used.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right. And then men, they're okay. They don't need the money. They don't necessarily even need the love unless they want it. They trying to do what they trying to do. That's why they touch so often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sex rules the world. Now that I'm only 23 again, but once I started getting older, I'm like, oh yeah, sex rules the world. Like that could make or break a motherfucker. Like, and as a woman, you can just give it, but that don't mean you should. You know what I mean? But it's like you can compensate off of sex alone. And,
Well, yeah, 'cause
and
it
in
ain't
my
no-
age group,
Yeah.
like OnlyFans is a thing and stuff now. Like
What is that?
that's where you
So-
show your body for money.
So
Oh, okay.
Show yourself having sex.
Yeah,
And that's
or
not
you
the
could-
only thing people are doing.
or you
Go
just
ahead.
post pictures, videos, whatever of whatever content you want to put on your
It
whatever.
could be cooking. It could be.
Oh, okay.
But
It
most
could be
people,
wholesome.
honestly and truly, are doing it sexual,
Yeah.
like showing boobs, showing. Men have one where they're showing. Listen, they do a lot of stuff on there. You have to
Yeah.
pay for it. It's a monthly
It's a monthly
fee.
subscription.
It's like anything else, but.
Like it's
And
a
it's not new because sex been selling for a long
But
time.
I know girls who I went to high school with. When I graduated high school, they graduated high school after me, and as soon as they graduated, you know what they had? OnlyFans.
Oh, wow.
And I genuinely found that sad because it's like you seen something that everybody else was doing and you try to run with it. You didn't try to do nothing else in between. You didn't think of anything else that can make you some money. You like sex sells. Boys like me. I'm pretty. I'm
Because
cute.
It's made to be okay in our
Yeah.
generation. Like
It's not, you're
realized that
18.
in y'all generation coming up, it's like people probably try to hide it a little bit because they was
doing it.
feeling
Right,
like
right.
but
We
now
can't
it's
hide, right.
it's all out and open. Like you post, I was just looking at a TikTok the other day where a woman was like, can y'all put your clothes on? Like why y'all got bra and underwear on social media?
Like,
why?
Mhm.
Okay.
bathing suit, I get it. Bra underwear, you asking for something. I don't know what it is, but you asking for something.
Okay, well, let me
now. Let's
ask
be
you this
real.
about, since we talk about the wear, the bonnet. What is going on with the day? What is the bonnet?
Say,
Like
let's
in public or in the
In
house?
public, in the house, fine. But
see me. I'm gonna be honest. I used to go to Walmart in my bonnet. I'll go anywhere that it will accept me with my bonnet. Unless you gonna tell me to take it off, I'm going. But I was like 18. I didn't know no better. But then as I've gradually started getting older, I'm like, you know what? This bonnet is not suitable for everywhere. I
It's
can't
not.
go nowhere and say something serious and they're gonna take me serious. They're gonna be like, girl, you's a joke. Take that off and let's see what's up under there. And
And I
maybe
Yeah.
feel like you'll never know who you're gonna meet. You
Yeah,
can
you-
meet your next big investor or your husband.
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, your next friend, but they're like, she got that damn bonnet on. Look at a mess. Like,
So
Yeah, I am
for
not
the men equivalent would be a do rag.
yeah,
So-
like what's up under there? Let me see or take it off.
So some people get balled up under there. You never know what you're gonna get when you put a do rag on.
Because people do
Right.
wave checks, which is what you're supposed to have under Duke rags,
right.
and they done took it off and looked a mess. So you can't trust it. You can't trust the
Because you
bonnet
didn't have waves. You actually trying to hide. You need a haircut.
that you need,
Yeah, you need a
or that you
haircut
bald
or-
head or anything else. So with women, it's like you would think, oh, it's a wig under that bonnet. No, it's 5 dookie braids.
Yeah.
That's all. So if I rip that off, you would look a mess. So I see why you put it on, but just put a hat or something. You know what I mean? Put a good hat that say bad hair day on it so we know what's
Yeah.
going on rather than that bonnet, because
And
that bonnet
even-
give you don't care.
I'm seeing people at the airport. You paid enough money to
Fly in the
travel,
air.
right?
Mhm.
Right. To travel,
Uh-huh.
and yet you'll slide through here with some Crocs, and I get Crocs are comfortable, maybe to and easy to take off. But the pajama set,
With the bonnet, you roll straight out of bed into them Crocs and into the Uber.
yeah,
Straight
don't
to the airport.
y'all seriously don't do that because y'all not making the culture look good.
Yeah.
You don't see nobody else walking with
Like,
bonnets.
that's a us thing.
Yeah, it literally
Yeah,
just
definitely
us.
us thing.
Nobody else walks
Other
around in
cultures
bonnets
and
but
other
black
people
women.
Yeah.
with
It's honest.
like come out the house looking presentable.
Right.
Nobody said look like a
Nobody's trying to
star.
impress, right? You ain't gotta dress up like Beyonce. You ain't trying to impress. It's representing yourself. And
Mhm.
some people gonna say, "Well, I don't care," but that's a problem.
Well, keep not
Mhm.
caring, but those who
Like, you
do, we're gonna
right,
show it.
because you don't care, and that's what we see, that you don't care. When you have on a bonnet and pajamas at a airport, it looks like you don't care about yourself.
Yeah.
Really,
And there's a difference between dressing comfortably
Right.
Exactly.
at the airport versus you just got straight up out the bed and just came on in there
don't
looking
look like
some
you
type of
brushed your
way.
teeth for nothing.
Ain't brush
And
your
expect
teeth,
for
nothing.
somebody to look at you like you cute or that you something. And mind you might be under the bonnet. Like if you took it off and we see your hair, you might be cute and all. We can't tell. You look a mess.
Right.
That's it. That's all we're basically saying to y'all. Like we cannot tell what's under any of that because you look a mess. You do, genuinely.
Yeah, and it don't even be like the regular bun. It be the extra large, the one
The
that be
bonnet hanging
baggy,
down to the
hang
back,
down in the
like,
bag. Like,
whoa. But mind you, I used to be one of them people who never saw any problem in that. So I see both spectrums. Like I thought I was just comfortable. I was just going to Walmart real quick, getting my stuff. But then I got this big ass bonnet on. It's like, okay, you're in Walmart, but you're overdoing it. Like you could have took that off,
Right.
do a quick ponytail or a hat. If you
Right.
think that's too much, then being a woman isn't for you. Maybe you should be a dude. That's what I would say.
and I get both sides too. Cause I'm gonna be honest. You know, I've gone to Walmart a couple times. Whatever. You wake up in the morning, leave the house. You know, I have a do rag on there once in a while, every blue moon. But you know, I try to make sure it's just not that. Like I put a hoodie on, or
Or
you
something.
know,
Right.
something over
Let
the
you
do
know I'm
rag. Like,
ashamed a little bit.
yeah,
I got some. I got some.
yeah, I just
just
ran
some
out real
morals.
quick. I
got
thought a little
morals.
hoodie on, you know, whatever it call it a day. I'm not gonna have it all hanging out the back and
Right.
Thinking I'm cute, walking
Yeah.
around smiling like
So that's good that, like you said, so some of this is just a level of maturity.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
As you get older, you start to see things. So let's y'all give the grace. I don't know. I have not seen as many people with their pants sagging. Has that
that's
changed
still
or
a
that's still out?
thing. It just depends on where you're at, and things like that. Like we all know this generation, you know, we like, okay, that's over and done with. But you still always gonna have some people, it's gonna be somebody, at least one person gonna walk around sagging or whatever,
Well,
whatever.
and is it sometimes is it the style or their pants just too small? Some people don't have a lot of clothes
So
and they pants just too
I
small.
think in 2023, going into 2024, we well past all of that. Like it's not a style. Definitely that's done. And having too small pants, like you got a size. But you can get some pants that fit.
Right.
You
But
definitely
yeah,
get some
sometimes they
pants.
just
Stop
got too
borrowing
small.
people clothes.
Yeah.
But what I will say about sagging, because I grew up when sagging started, so it's really nothing to me. But I'm auntie of 14, 15. I don't want to see the cheeks of your butt hanging out the pants. That bothers me. It screams that you want attention that you probably don't want, but it's given that you want some attention that you don't want, right? So if I were you personally, I would just pick them up a little bit. I approve of a little bit of sagging, but when
Right.
it's too low and your whole butt is out, it's get like you just doing way too much for me. It's not acceptable. I hate it, and I'm gonna tell you pull it up. And if you don't pull it up, you can't walk with me like that. You look a mess. You look a
Okay.
mess.
Yeah, and if you, it's different. It's like if you pick your pants sagging a little bit because you got a bunch of stuff in your pockets or you know
Right.
whatever. Okay, that's kind of
Right.
understandable. Versus you just come out the house, nothing in your pocket, just sagging whole, you know, backside out, whatever.
I
That's
get 3 inches of the crack for the sagging for me. 3 inches of the crack. After that, you're doing too much.
Yeah, I
You
just
asking for
I
something
yeah.
that you either
Yeah, I
want or
I
you
don't
don't
see your
want.
butt at all. I don't wanna see
3 inches because at that point you don't see the butt. You just see a little bit of underwear. Like I get what they're getting.
Right, I
Nobody
know.
wants to wear their pants as a man, a young man. You don't want to wear your pants all the way up. It's
Right.
like as a young woman, we don't want to wear no baggy pants that don't show our butt. I want to show
Okay,
my
well,
butt.
let me go. So let's go to this.
We
'Cause
get
we're
it.
gonna start wrapping this up because we're talking about the style. So I've been seeing these shorts. The shorts is so small.
For men,
No, for females. Do your butt cheek have to hang out?
you talk about
The
boy
short-
shorts.
no, she's talking about the shorts that women wear where they butts be hanging out at the bottom.
Yeah, I seen
Like
that
they
a
real
lot this
small, the
summer.
coochie
Mhm.
cutters.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had those out. Didn't we, Lon? Well, I think we had those out too. I didn't wear those because I don't have a big butt. So probably right. Okay. So
I wore them. I wear them.
y'all feel comfortable with your butt hanging out?
Honestly and truly.
See,
Go ahead,
here's the
Cuddy.
thing. I got okay.
Okay.
I've I've had some work done and I got a little shape. So it can hang up sometimes because it's the waist to butt ratio.
Hello, call it
It's a lot
out.
more butt than waist.
Okay.
So it's gonna hang out regardless. You know what I
So,
mean?
you know, in my
Like,
younger 20s, I would let it because I was fine. It's all there. But now that I'm in a relationship and I'm more
You know,
conservative,
it's different.
it just really depends on
different.
lifestyle.
And
You
I
know, I don't judge
because when we were
nobody.
younger, and we don't either, because when we were younger, we wore some things that our parents, it wasn't acceptable. I used to try to go to the club. My mom would be like, I have on one thing going out the door. She'd be like, I don't know why you got that on. Like, that's what you wearing. I had my stuff stuck in my bag, right? So we get it, right? And that's the thing, y'all. We have to still remember that we were younger at one point. If you want to say something, but say it in love. Don't say it with disdain. Like, that don't make no sense.
Thank you for
Just say
saying that. Seriously, because I just want to say it's not a vast majority, but it's a lot of older women out there who see young women having fun and really sit there and look like some really hater mad people. Almost like as if you wish you would have done it when you were younger, but you didn't. So now you're hating on me for it.
Yeah,
I get that a
I
lot.
agree.
I definitely get that a lot.
And
But I don't feel like it's malicious. I feel like it's lack of something.
Sometimes I think it's like I wish I could have done it.
Yeah, like
You
I would,
know?
or wish
Like,
I could do it
wish I
right
could have
now.
been that
Either one.
fine.
Like that's why I live in my youth. I'm gonna live while I'm 23 and 28, 26. I'm gonna live in that. Yeah, my butt cheeks gonna hang out because when I have kids or when I'm 30 and stuff, y'all gonna be looking at me like, girl, you was too old for that. And I am, respectfully, I am too old for that. So while I'm here and I'm with it, my butt cheeks is gonna be out during the summer. Hey, like what do you
You know, I
mean?
might let it out when I'm like when we go on vacation and I got my because
I
this
pay
body is
money
like-
for these cheeks.
so I gotta let it show. But on a regular, I like to respect my man.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
cover it up. But I'm in my 20s. I want to look good. I want to feel when you look good, you feel good. So sometimes I like to
Thank
let it show.
you.
Ain't nothing
And
wrong with it.
And I let the older people influence me. I don't want to be angry when I'm 40 because I see somebody in their 20s living a life.
And I guess too, the thing is make sure when you're doing that, it's in an environment
That is accepted.
conducive.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I'm not going around a whole bunch of older people and I know that's the
Younger
crowd.
kids,
And
little
yeah.
kids.
And then like if I go to a pool and I know it's gonna be kids there, I'm gonna wear this swimsuit instead of this one. Simply because there's children there. I don't have kids, but just out of respect. But if I go somewhere with adults only, you're gonna get this.
That's why I only go to adults only. when
Hey,
we go.
hello.
'Cause, baby. It's
Virgin
stuff to hang on.
Voyages.
Okay.
Hello. They got a lot out of me. They got for free too. You know, it's what it was. It was what it was.
Well, I want to say, I want to say thank y'all so much for sharing. Y'all, I hope this show helped bridge the gap to see that these young people, the millennials and the Gen Zs, are not just crazy. They kind of what we're doing. Y'all shared a lot of great stuff about relationships. I think some of us older people can take a hint to in 2024. Life is life, and we need to come together, not looking what the person can do for me, but what can we come together and do. Last thing, I want to keep encouraging your age group in the 20s to find a partner, to get together, because I think you're more apt because y'all know y'all both shouldn't be here. Y'all apt to working together.
Yeah.
And I think what happens in the 40s or 50s, people be like, I ain't got that much time. I don't have time to be teaching them that. I don't have time to be teaching them that, right? You want them to already be there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you're taking two lives, that's not going to happen. But if you build together, y'all can enjoy it together. So thank y'all so much for being on the show. Guys, this is the relationship party where it is what it is, not what it's supposed to be. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. I can talk it, y'all.